Myself, M. Karthik Kumar Reddy, working as an assistant professor in Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions in the Department of Civil Engineering, here in the Foundation Engineering subject, in Unit 1, Subsoil Exploration. So, before discussing about the geophysical soil exploration, let us first recall about the indirect methods. If I summarize all the indirect methods that I have discussed, so first one I have discussed about the standard penetration test, that is SPT. So that where a borehole is required, in the borehole we are placing a speed spoon sampler tube, and with the drill rod we are applying hammer blows on the speed spoon sampler tubes, and we penetrate that sampler tube into the soil, and then we count the number of blows required for 150 mm penetration. So there are 150 mm penetration. We neglect the first one, and you consider that the second and third one. The summation of this third and second number of penetration required for each 150 mm penetration is called as N value or SPT value, that is standard penetration test value, and then we apply number of corrections, so that we have discussed as per the IS code, that is Indian Standard Code, and per American code, but basically we go for Indian Standard Code. So that is standard weight with the standard height, we are applying the hammer blows. So this is the SPT, that is standard penetration test for number of blows from 1 to 3. And then we have discussed about the cone penetration test, where there are two types of cone penetration test. One is dynamic cone penetration test and another is static cone penetration test. In the static cone penetration test, we are pushing the cone into the soil, and we are measuring the cone resistance or tip resistance and the friction resistance. And in dynamic penetration test, that is dynamic cone penetration test, we are applying the hammer blows into the cone, and we are driving the cone into the soil, and number of blows required for 100 mm penetration into the soil and number of blows required for the 100 mm penetration is recorded. So then the next one we discussed about the pressurometer test, where cylindrical probe is inserted into the borehole and the pressure is applied. With the application of the pressure, the volume of the probe or the cavity or the borehole increases. So that volume increases is measured. So ultimately we will get pressure versus a volume curve, and from this we identify 2 to 3 different zones, and from three different zones we got PO, PF value and PI value. So with the help of this PO, PA value and VO and VA value, we got the pressure meter modulus. So this modulus is also calculated, and based on that we determine various soil properties. Similarly, the SPT, that is standard penetration test, and CPT, cone penetration test resistance, also you have to use it to determine the various soil properties. Similarly, we also should be discussed about the dilatometer test, where the nitrogen tank is used so to inflating the membranes. So here, where which is similar like a pressurometer test, where there is the flexible membrane where the inflating, which in this membrane is inflating with the help of this nitrogen. So that resistance, the pressure, that is the initial pressure and the pressure after the expansion is recorded, and based on that you determine various soil properties like KO value, over consolidated at the ratio, then elastic modulus of the soil, undrained cohesion of the soil. Then next one we also discussed about the vein shear test, dilatometer test, then the borehole, and then a torque is applied. This torque is measured, and when height and diameter is measured, with the help of this measurement, we determine the undrained position of the soil. It is suitable for the soft clay. Now, now when this these are the tests where the SPT, that is standard penetration test, then vein shear test, pressurometer test. Here the boreholes are required. Instrument is inserted into the borehole, and where the CPT, that is cone penetration test, and DMT, dilatometer test, where it is pushed into the soil, or in CPT, that is cone penetration test, in this cone is driven into the soil, but borehole is not required. So these are all the tests that I have discussed, common in situ tests, that whatever the test that I have done in the field is called as in situ test. We are conducting to determine the soil properties. Then we have discussed the different sampler tubes, because these are the two types of sampler tubes. One is thick wall sampler, it is split spoon sampler, and then the thin wall sampler, it is called as shell by tube sampler. And we have discussed that this is the sampler tube which is attached in the standard penetration test, that is SPT, which is the split spoon sampler tube. And we have already discussed that if I collect the soil sample with the help of this split spoon sampler tube, the soil is highly discharged. So the soil sample that you are collecting with the help of standard penetration test, that is SPT, which is disturbed soil sample. So then we discussed about the criteria to collect the undisturbed soil sample. We can use the thin wall sampler tube to collect the undisturbed soil sample. And then the boring also we have discussed that we can collect the soil sample by boring, and whenever we can collect the soil sample by using the sampler tube. So these are the two sampler tubes, that is undisturbed and disturbed soil samples. Generally we use in value, these are used to collect the soil samples. So will you get the disturbed soil sample, or will get the undisturbed soil sample?